Hey, Andreas, this is Jayme Minor. I'm here to sell you windows today. Are you interested? No. Oh, sorry to hear that. Is there another time that I could call you when you might be interested? No. Can you tell me why you're not interested? Well, maybe. So you just have to keep going. You have to be resilient, okay? Be excited as to hear no. That's what does it.
Wow.
If you want to sell something, you need to have passion with it. Otherwise, you're going to be fake. Best piece is this, and it's going to get you more sales. Tell your customer the truth. I'm an alcoholic. I just went to rehab. I'm sober. I can't drink. So if we go out for lunch, I want to have this meeting with you. I just want to let you know I won't be drinking.
How do you even qualify or set up to have such a supportive business partner?
When you want to find a real, true business partner,
Welcome to another episode of The Mind of a CEO. I'm so excited about today's episode. On today's episode, we're diving into the journey of an entrepreneur, a big time entrepreneur, a musician, a break dancer, an advocate for who has turned his struggle to success. His mission, the impact that he's trying to push. One thing that I really love about our guest today is just his willingness to share his story, his authenticity, his confidence. Guys, welcome Jayme Minor. Jayme, thank you so much. I butchered that intro. I'm sorry, but welcome. Thanks for being on the show, brother.
I liked your intro. It was authentic and real.
Thank you. I got so many words, but from our conversation earlier, I was so passionate about talking about your story. So Jayme, I want to start off, it's not on here, but I just got to ask you this question. One other thing I really admire about you is your confidence.
Yeah.
Like, I see you at the gym every time, man. The way you walk in, you got your bright color shirt, your bright Lambo.
Yep.
Very nice looking Lambo, by the way. And you show up as yourself in every room. No questions asked. You like, people know what to expect from you because you're consistent with who you are.
Yeah.
What helps you build that confidence for yourself? Like, why do you have that sureness in the steps that you're taking?
A lot of hard work on myself. I mean, I basically went from completely broken and faking that confidence to rebuilding it in a real format, right? So, if you saw me before I got sober, you might have been like, whoa, that guy's super confident. Inside, I was a complete mess. So now I know what's real about me. I know the real version of me in its truest form, in reality, with nothing fake. So it's just there, but it's years of hard work. It's therapy. It's sobriety. It's, realizing what my weaknesses are, what I was shameful about, guilty about, and really working through all that and loving me. Like, I love me. So when I walk into a room, I'm just ecstatic to be there.
Wow.
And then I feed off of the other people. When they see me and I see their eyes light up, my eyes light up.
Yes.
So it kind of does like that little infinity loop. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. You talked about sobriety. You've been very open about how the tragic loss of your best friend was the catalyst to your sobriety journey.
Yeah.
Could you please share with the audience and just how life looked like prior to you being sober?
Sure.
You were telling us a few stories before the show started.
Yeah, I mean, we'll make it as short as we can, but essentially, like, the first time I tried a substance, like marijuana, I instantly abused it. Right?
Instantly?
Like me and my friends, we smoked weed. We all did it one night, and within a couple weeks, I was using it more than everybody else, and I was using it during school hours. So I look at myself back then, an extremely addictive personality, always wanting more. So when you have that inside of you, it can lead to success, but it can also lead to some very damaging things. So I did that with the weed, using it. And then as soon as I drank alcohol, same stuff, man. Like I remember it was a night with my family. I think I was like 17 and they're like, oh, you know what? We're going to let you have a little booze, have a little experiment.
Yeah.
And multiple times my dad had to say, whoa, slow down, stop it. And then eventually finding me like in a back room chugging wine. And he's like, what are you doing? Like we gave you this opportunity to be safe and you're already smashing it. Mm-hmm. So I look at that and I go, back then I'm like, what was I thinking? Like immediately this is major red flags, but I was very fun. So he's having fun. He's having a good time. It all looked great. But slowly I'm building up addiction. Slowly I'm building up coping mechanisms of alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
And then when I first experienced like toxic stress, real anxiety, right to those things.
Wow.
Okay? Because my mind and body is going, you've been using this. This makes us happy.
Yeah.
So let's go to it. So I start doing it more and more and more. And then, like you said, my best friend, like when he died, and it was tragic, like drowned, gone, like that. And that's when I really dove in to the alcohol and the drugs because I did not want to feel that pain. Right? The pain was so immense that I just went, I don't want to feel this. I don't want to talk to anybody about it. I just want to numb and run. And, you know, that was a lot of the unsober Jayme, was numbing, didn't want to deal with reality, and thought I had to be someone that I wasn't all the time, which is completely exhausting.
Wow. So that's such an impactful statement right there, right? You were numbing and it was exhausting being that. So did you have that awareness? And I'm asking this question because I really want the audience or some entrepreneurs that might be watching the show, just anybody out there that might be feeling like, you know what, I don't have an awareness of that feeling is speaking of.
Yeah.
Did you have an awareness that this is how you were feeling, or you were just deep in it that it was after the fact that you can reflect back to?
It's a little mix of both. Like
Okay.
reflecting back, I see how clearly obvious it is.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in the thick of it, I did know something was off. And I knew things weren't going well with the way I was feeling and what I was doing. But I had so much success and fun and love in my life that I really got away with it. Like I really got away with a lot.
Wow.
And that was a big story of my life, was I could get away with stuff because I could put on the show. I could talk my way out of it. I could get someone to like me and I could convince them that everything was okay. So, you know, I knew things were going bad. I was aware of what I was doing. I was just so terrified of actually dealing with them that I just pushed that out of my mind. I went, no way. No, it's not that bad. There's no way. You know, I'm in denial.
Mm-hmm.
I can have a couple drinks. It'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
And it just eventually really catches up with you. And you get to a complete breaking point where you're like, okay, like this is it. Either I make a change or I'm probably going to die.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got that serious.
Oh, yeah.
When was that breaking point for you?
You know, that was like a little over 7 years ago. So basically I was like kind of like 2 years of like really acknowledging the problem and trying to quit. Like going to AA, going to therapy, talking to people. But it was one of these things that I was like trying to do it for other people. Like I was so worried about how I was upsetting everyone. But secretly I was like, I don't want to give this up. Yeah. I don't want to give up booze because you know what? How can I live my life without alcohol? How am I going to go to a party? How am I going to take out a customer? How am I going to go on my first date? How am I going to play the trumpet at the Flames game? How am I without alcohol? Like that was my life. So I'm trying to do it, but in the back of my mind, it's saying, you can't do this. There's no way. And I would just keep tricking myself back into it. But eventually I kept getting sober and relapse. And a relapse is horrible, man.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's one of the worst feelings and experiences you can imagine. And I went through like in the 20-30s of them. Okay. Wow. So every time it was like a piece of my soul and body just was broken. And the last and final one was I got a DUI after relapsing, went camping with friends, tried to stay sober, snuck the booze and woke up total withdrawals. I left, drank the whole drive back, and I got pulled over and got the DUI. And at that moment, I was like, holy crap, it finally happened. Like, I've got the DUI. I'm getting arrested. I know my business partner, Adam's going to probably be like, I can't have you in this business anymore. My parents are going to be done with me. My friends are going to be. All of that crushed me, and I went home and drank more. But this time I was drinking it so aggressively and so fast that I was like, if I don't wake up, I don't care. Wow. And it took a friend who knocked on my door, got into the house and saw me in this state. And I don't know what it was. He just looked at me and he said, I think you need to go to rehab. And then I said, yes. And that was me saying, I want to do it. It's time. That's the biggest thing. I'm ready to go. And then I went. And that's the big turning point. If you make the decision to make the change, then you'll actually go through with it. And then, after I went to rehab, that was it. Like, I've been sober since.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's congratulations, by the way. And,
thanks.
And you touched on something that I've reflected on before, but you said it, and it's a very deep topic. And I actually want to see if we can highlight that specific segment, because it applies in every aspect of life, from business, fitness. You said, I was going to AA meetings. I wanted it, but you deep inside, you didn't want it. You were doing those things to kind of for other people, right? That is such a great point right there. Now, how does one get themselves to really want something that they know it's good for them, but they don't want to do the actions that will give them the results they want? That I want to know this one. Tell me, please.
I mean, that one's really hard because
save the world. Save the world.
You got to kind of go through the mess, right? That's life is about experiences.
Yeah.
So I get asked all the time, don't you wish you could go back in time and not have gotten addicted to drugs and alcohol?
Yeah.
I actually say no, because it shaped me.
Wow.
It shaped me and rebirthed me into the version that I am now. So, how to find that? I would say I would tell people, listen to other people's stories. Listen to them more. Talk with people that have been through that and see how they got it and get your inspiration. Because I wasn't doing that. When I was in the mix of my mayhem, I actually avoided listening to stuff like that.
Really?
Oh, man, back before I got sober, I didn't like people that could be sober. I was jealous and envious of them, so I didn't want to hear about it, because I was like, how the hell are they at this party having fun without alcohol? Like, it drove me nuts. So I wasn't listening to it. But if I maybe did, I might have had a light bulb moment sooner, right?
Wow.
And that's especially why I do what I do now, right? I don't come out and say, alcohol is poison, it's going to kill you. Okay? I could. I say, sobriety is amazing. You can do things sober. You can experience this life. And here's the beauty in it. I focus on the positive of what I did. I don't try and run people in with fear.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of that. There's fear, and people are scared of getting themselves better because they hear a lot of the hard work, right? Tantalize people with the end. Okay, right? Like this is an energy drink. Okay, why am I drinking it? Well, because it's maybe going to give me some more energy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the reward at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So you got to do that with yourself, where you say, okay, the reward of sobriety is all of these things. I'm looking at that. I'm not worried about what's going to happen along the way. It's hard to find that reward moment, right? Because there is a ton of hard work in it, for sure.
Wow. So if someone is like, I'm thinking in a perspective, not just in terms of sobriety, I'm thinking in terms of someone that's like, I really want to achieve a specific physique, weight loss, right?
Yeah.
But they want it, but they don't really want it, right? So they know the actions to take. They have the accountability.
Yeah.
A good thing is immerse yourself in success stories.
Oh yeah,
because that light bulb moment, like you said, it's gonna go off, right?
Yeah, you gotta fuel it. You gotta
fuel it.
You gotta realize it's not gonna be instant. So, yeah, if you want to better your physique, you got to go through the weeks and the days of potentially not really enjoying it and creating the habit and recognizing the benefits. Unfortunately, in our world, anything that's immediate is typically dangerous. Right? Like, think about it. Like, if you immediately won $10 million out of high school, honestly, you're probably gonna mess some things up. It's way too much money and it's way too fast.
Yeah.
Where if you slowly earn $10 million by the time you're 50, you understand what that money means. Exactly. So it's the same thing with the gym, right? We go to the gym and we go, you know what? I'm just gonna hit Ozempic and steroids.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get fit crazy fast. Well, how long is that gonna last? What are the side effects? And you felt good for a bit and you looked good for a bit. But if you take the time and do it slow, you're going to win better.
Yeah.
And a big part of that to me is like so many people forget, and I do this all the time.
Yeah.
The journey.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like I'm sitting here and I keep looking in the mirror. I'm like, oh, I want to see my abs. I want a lower body fat percentage. I want to lift more weights. I want to be better at this, better at that, better at that. And instead I'm like, let's look around.
Yeah.
Right? I'm on a podcast right now.
Yeah.
With a man that I met not too long ago and actually saw you. I was like, man, that guy seems really cool. Seems awesome. And I'm enjoying the moment. I'm here and I'm present, and this is exciting. That's a big key to things.
Yes.
Sitting and just doing that and going, here I am, it's good. Because if we're in the past and we're in the present too, or the future too often, you're not where you need to be.
Wow. It's so funny touching about this, and I want to get back on my line of questions, but I'm just enjoying where we're going right now. I remember the first time I saw you at Good Life, I saw a lot of your posts on social media, but when I saw you in real life, I remember telling my wife, because she knows your wife, your fiance, sorry, and wife to be, right?
I call her wife.
Yeah, she's a wifey. Shout out Stacy. And I told my wife, I was like, man, he's actually jacked in person. Like, I didn't know you were built the way you were. And then you were doing a bunch of break dance in the corner. I was just like, I just love that guy's confidence. There's like levels to it. Yeah. And you touched on something people forget the journey. Yeah. And I think that is what it's about. And you remember the first question I asked you is like, how do you show up so confidently? And it is the journey, because one of my clients said this earlier today. He said, it's not about, and we're talking about the American lottery, 1.2 billion, right? He said, it's not about the money you earn or whatever. It's about the man you become or the woman you become. And you've become now the person that walks in fully authentically himself because of the journey.
Exactly.
The journey.
And focusing on that journey.
Yes.
And again, it's kind of that repeat thought of going back to that. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to do it again. What? On a podcast with Andreas.
Let's go.
This moment's beautiful.
Yes.
It's weird what that does. Just saying it and acknowledging it. Like you try it and you go, whoa, I'm in this moment. I'm in this moment, right? I'm not thinking about what I'm going to say next. I'm in that moment. And I really learned that in rehab. So like I love this point because this helps a lot of people, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're, working for a business or whatever you're doing. Like being able to live in the moment that you're in is huge because it'll alleviate so much anxiety. Is there anything we have to worry about right now? We're safe.
Yeah.
So right there, you're like, oh, that's cool. And when I was in rehab, you can imagine when you're in rehab, it's pretty easy to think about what the hell did I do in the past to get here?
Yeah.
And what the hell is my future going to look like?
Yeah.
It's terrifying. So what I did is for a week straight in rehab, all I did was stayed in the moment. And I repeated to myself, this is kind of funny. I'm one with the Force and the Force is with me from Star Wars. That worked for me. And I just repeated it in my mind. And I was able to actually consistently do that for a week. And it calmed my mind down. It calmed my anxiety down. And it effectively let me put in the real work that I had to do every day. So whenever I start jumping off of my journey, I'll say that to myself. I'm one with the Force and the Force is with me.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it works, dude. Like I go back to it all the time. Like golf works really good for golf, right? Golf's a really good way of talking about life. You have an amazing hole.
Yeah.
And then you get up to the next tee box and smash your driver into the woods. Well, was that last hole still good? Not anymore. Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy how quickly we can
do that. And then that second in which I golfed for the first time this summer, actually. Yeah. And I remember the first drive that I had, and I didn't overthink it. I was just present, like you said. I was just in the moment, enjoying, and okay looking stupid. Yeah. Okay looking out of pocket. And I hit that ball. It only went 200 yards, but I was like, I actually made contact.
Yeah, you felt great.
And then the next time I was like, oh, let's get competitive. I started planning and thinking and going away instead of being present. And then it's flying all over the place. So that you're right. Golf is a great way to describe life. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Let's get back on this question here. I think you've probably answered it. Sobriety often strips away what we're used to leaning on. Yeah. Right? What did you discover about yourself when you removed the alcohol from the equation?
I realized what I really liked. Good example is clothing. Okay. I really thought once I got sober, I wouldn't dress the way I dressed. And I actually found that I was even more. Like I was just like, oh, I really like this stuff. I'm super confident about it. I like the attention and I acknowledge that. So some of it's like realizing everything you like, everything about yourself and refining yourself and also acknowledging things that maybe you thought were bad. Okay? Wow. So, wanting attention, I used to get criticized for that. I would overdo it. And now I've just accepted it. I'll be like, yes, I like it when people are looking at me and talking to me. I do. Is that a crime?
You're such a G. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. You are such a G for just saying that statement. Yeah. I think for a lot of people that naturally do, and I think I do in some sense. Yeah. And there's sometimes I don't like the attention, but my oldest son loves the attention. Yeah. But it's easily condemned. Oh, it's all the time. Quick. But when you just owned up to it, I even felt empowered in that moment.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with it because I'm being honest. Wow. Okay. Would you rather have someone be honest about, I love attention? And yeah, I might monopolize the conversation sometimes. I apologize. I get excited. Or I'm super humble. I'm the king of humility. And all I think of is others. You'd be like, really? What are you, Jesus? Yeah. Right? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's better to, like, I like humbleness and humility To me, that's an internal thing. It doesn't actually need to be said. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's for me. Me being humble doesn't do anything for you.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't do anything for you.
No.
But me being honest with you, saying, by the way, I might take over this podcast because I'm an attention man. Like, I want to dance on the table right now.
Yeah, well, let's do it. I got moves. Stop popping and locking.
Yeah, well, we'll get it. But you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Wow. So, Jayme, I have listened to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of self-help books. But I think when you said that statement, I like getting attention.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the most empowering statements I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And I know there are people out there that are going to watch it. They're going to be like, oh my goodness, it's okay to feel the way I feel. And like you said, it's easier to be that way. And being humble is an internal thing.
Yeah.
Like if you really think about it, it is. And I don't want to say this right now on this podcast because they might say it, but I think they meant the right thing.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine told me, Andres, why don't you get a more humble car? I was like, what are you talking about? But I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
But like you said, humble is in here.
Yeah.
It's between you. Now, this is not a question I have in here. What is your landscape or your understanding of God?
God. Oh, this is a good one. So basically, I've kind of got like my parents' views. So my mom's Catholic. I was born and raised Catholic, and she's full on at church, believes in God. And I, to a point, believe in that with her because she does.
To a point, you said.
Yeah, 2 point. Because my dad's the other side. He goes, I believe that there's something bigger than us out there. Do I necessarily believe the facts that I've seen in the Bible? I don't know. And he goes, but I think there's something bigger than us. So I look at both of those ways. And I look at it, I'm like, I look at the peace that it brings my mom. Like, like my mom's not afraid to die. I could tell. I could tell my mom's like, well, I'm going to heaven.
When my time comes.
Where my dad, a little worried.
a little worried.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm not sure. Right? So I kind of look at that and I go, I'm all over the place because it's like, it's hard for me. I'm a very logical man. I'm a very spiritual man, but I also really, truly believe I create my own path. So if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't even know if I figured that out yet because I feel like I haven't really thought about it deeply since I got sober. Where before I got sober and I was like younger, I was really like, I believed in God fully. Like I prayed to him and everything when I was younger. Yeah.
Before you were sober.
Yeah. Yeah. And then once I got really messed up into it, I didn't even really think about it.
Yeah.
And then once I got sober, I've kind of just been like, I don't know, like in my journey and haven't really brought a ton of God into it, but I've thought about it a lot about my mom and Stacy's, very, has strong beliefs like my mom. And I've kind of latched on to theirs, if that makes sense.
That. Yes. That's awesome. That's incredible. I was very curious about that. You mentioned earlier about before the sober life, you were still achieving success. You were still getting away with things. Like, could you just give the audience just a landscape of like how, I remember in our first conversation on the phone call, you talked about your sales journey, selling, and just, I want to hear more about how things were with your journey at that time.
Okay.
In terms of business and career.
So basically, like, I got into sales kind of accidentally. I was at school to be a music teacher. And I worked at a window company in the summer, in the factory, building windows and doors. And I wasn't doing good at school. School, I saw no reward. Okay, I wasn't getting paid. My dad paid for it. There wasn't a lot of accountability. But I liked to work because it gave me money and it let me buy things that I wanted. So I worked a lot. I worked like 3 jobs. I was window and door, factory, Safeway cashier, and teaching breakdancing and going to school. I did a lot. And eventually that window and door company one summer said, why don't you stay on? Let's groom you to become a salesman. So I took it and I just didn't go back to school. And they were pretty apprehensive because there was this young kid who was a service tech, so driving around fixing windows, but he had this crazy energy. And they were all like, how is he going to do in an office? Right?
Yeah.
I didn't know either. Totally crushed it. Totally, completely crushed it. And like, they were blown away at how good I was on the phone with these customers in customer service. Like they're blown away because they were getting phone calls from customers saying, I just got to tell you, this new guy that you have is amazing.
Wow.
I know when people go out and do that. So right away, I started to just get confidence. I have all these people saying, oh, he's so good. He's so good. He's so good. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go for sales. But they kept teach him more. And then once they unleashed me into outside sales, I was one of the youngest ones for the company ever. Like 23. That's young because we're selling windows and doors.
Yeah.
Right? $10,000, $100,000, $1 million. Like very expensive product that you cannot return. Okay?
Yeah.
And the first year, they gave me a budget of $500,000. And they also said, we're not giving you any accounts. We don't have any to have. You have to get all your own. Are you sure you want to do this? Because you might not barely make any money. I said, let's go. And I just went to town. Like I called every single potential customer that I could in the first week. So much so that our main competitor's president called my president and said, who the hell is Jayme Minor? He called all of our customers in 1 week. And then I got called into the office and said, we kind of had an unspoken rule with this competitor. We haven't really touched each other's business. And my manager at the time just went, who cares?
Yeah.
Like nobody was doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was young and full of energy. Mm-hmm. And I just went with no fear. I just went after it all and I brought in excitement. So when I sold a window, I feel like I sold them excitement to do the business. So like, you got these people in construction. Construction's stressful. It's long hours. Everybody's kind of cranky. And you're sitting there and all of a sudden you get a phone call from this, hey, I'm Jayme Minor and I want to sell you windows. Can I come meet you today? Oh my God, I'm so excited to do this. I'll get a quote back right now. And then they're experiencing all these things with their current supplier who's like, what do you want? They're old, they're cranky. And I just went to town. And that first year, I think I sold almost $3 million. When they told me they thought I would barely do $500,000. What? And it was funny because they were very like telling me like, don't do this, don't do that. If you go to a Flames game, don't play that trumpet. Like that's unprofessional.
Yeah.
After that, they said, do whatever the fuck you want. Because they were like, we don't know how he's doing it. Yeah.
He cracked the code.
Yeah.
Okay, so I picked up a few things there, and I think this we're stepping ahead, but I love where we're going with this.
Yeah.
So you said I sold and brought them excitement.
Exactly.
So tonality from the calls.
Yeah.
What were the key things? Like everybody in construction, everybody trying to sell a product. One, how did you create that list of people, of leads to call?
Yeah.
Because you have all the sales guys with you.
Yeah.
Two, what apart from the excitement, what else did you bring to the table that guaranteed those sales going through? Because these are high ticketed items that you were selling. And lastly, how did you keep that rolling? What was your routine like? What was your schedule like to keep that? Even though you were still not sober yet. Yeah. But I'm very curious because for the entrepreneurs out there that are like, man, I have no leads, no one to call. How do I get this? This guy just told me he sold 3 million in Windows. How do you make Windows exciting? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is gems. You can make somebody out there today a millionaire from this.
Leads are there. You just got to look. Like, you got to, first of all, accept the fact you don't want them given to you. Say that. Like, say that to yourself. I don't want you to give me any leads. I'm going to go get my own stuff. Okay? I need to prove that I can do this. And it's pretty simple. No matter what product you're selling, there's real world stuff happening with it right now. Okay? So you would get out of your house, you would drive around, and you would see who's buying that product and start taking photos of all those places, walking into the places that are buying, getting a list of customers, okay, that are actively using it in the market. Then you go to Google. Don't Google first. You Google first, you're going to find a bunch of stuff and you don't know what's actually happening with them, right? You might Google a builder. Let's say I Google a builder that's buying windows and I'm like, oh, this is a great builder. But I haven't seen what they're building. They could have been out of business for a year. They might not be building a lot, or they could be building a ton. I don't have any information. So you have to take the time and do your homework. Find out what's going on in the real world. Compile that list and then start calling them. And when you call, when you cold call, accept the fact that you might sound bad. Okay? You're nervous. This person's not expecting your call and you're pushing something on them. So be real. Hey, Andreas, this is Jayme Minor. I'm here to sell you windows today. Are you interested? No. Oh, sorry to hear that. Is there another time that I could call you when you might be interested? No. Can you tell me why you're not interested? Well, maybe. So you just have to keep going. You have to be resilient, okay? Be excited as fuck to hear no. That's what does it, okay? The challenge, man, okay? If I call someone and say, yo, can I sell you some windows? And they're like, yes. I'm like, that was boring. I got them. Okay, move on, next sell. When someone says, no, I'm not interested. In fact, I've heard that your company's not good. You guys don't have good windows. This makes no sense. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, let's go. Like, I'm going to figure out how to sell this person. I don't remember your second question. You got me excited.
Wait, I just found out the title of your book.
Yeah.
Be excited to hear no.
Be excited to hear no.
That is it right there.
Yeah.
Be excited to hear no. I think that is a big thing when it comes to cold calling, business. Wow. I think
find out why they're saying no.
Yeah. Yeah. The question was like, for new entrepreneurs out there that are like, man, I have this product. Yeah. How can I create?
Oh, excitement.
Yes, excitement. Right. Yes. But how can I create my leads? Because you were able to create your own leads. They thought 500,000, you went to 3 million plus. Yeah. That is incredible. Yeah. Right. Well, and that's selling windows. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to get the keys that allowed you to achieve a success like that
out in the field. You gotta drive around.
Yeah, not Google first. Be out, see what's going on.
See what's going on. Then Google. Then do your research, and then start making your list. Okay, and then just keep doing that. Like, it's everywhere. Like Instagram, follow everybody, find them. Okay, Facebook. Go to networking events. There is if someone out there today says, I can't find any leads, bullshit. Okay? I'm sorry. Okay? Like, what are you selling? That's what I would need to know. If someone says, I do not have any leads, I'd be like, okay, well, what are you selling? If they're saying, well, I'm selling something that's not available in Canada, I'd be like, okay, well, that's probably your problem. The other thing is, are they passionate about it? Okay? You're not going to find leads or want to sell something if you don't give a shit about it. Okay? Am I passionate about windows? No. I'm passionate about the selling of the windows and the relationship with the customer. I'm passionate about sales. That's my excitingness. But if you can actually find passion inside the product too, you can't lose. Like, have you ever went to buy something and it's something that's actually pretty freaking boring, but there's someone who's super passionate about it, like, and you're just like, oh, like they love this microphone so much, right? Like this Shure microphone. They're like, oh, you know, I was on the assembly line, and when they put it together, I just was beaming. Yeah, like that also helps too. Like if you want to sell something, you need to have passion with it. Yeah. Otherwise, you're gonna be fake. Yeah. And people can read through that. It doesn't matter who you are. You can tell when someone's not being real.
Yeah. Wow. You got to be passionate about it, and you got to be real. Find something you're passionate about the process. If it's not a product, there's something within the process that you might enjoy. Yes. And move forward with that, right? Be out and about. There is leads out there. There's Instagram, Google. But see what is in the world, right?
It's 100%. It's all there. You have to do it. Like it's true. And like the passion part, if you're struggling to find passion in what you're selling, okay, easy fix. What you're selling makes you money, right? Yeah. That's pretty simple. What we do is we find a passion outside of this that needs money. I want to make music. I want to make a song that's going to go on Spotify. Well, that's going to cost me $3,000. I need to now sell $3,000 worth of windows. There's my passion. Yeah. It's not about the window. It's about, I want to make a song. So that's what people need to find. Get your goal, get your passion, and then put that into what you're selling and have that vision in mind. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get that. And then you're rolling, because then people will feel that. Like, man, this guy really wants to sell. But don't, you don't want to be like, oh God. Like that guy from
commission breath.
Yeah. It's that. People can read that too.
Yeah. No, don't be overly passionate about the vacation you already booked that you need to pay for.
Yeah, don't.
And then you're like, oh, please take,
I need this.
Please sign. Just give me half the money. Yeah. No, that's great. Let's get back on track. How, you talked about prior to being sober, you had a belief about God, you prayed. And then since now you've been sober, you've just been so present, I would say, right? Yeah. And you're still leaning towards your mom's belief. How did you rebuild your identity in sobriety and find joy being fully present?
I mean, I was patient. Honestly, like it really comes down to that, because
how do you do patience, man? Oh, man. I'm terrible at patience.
Well, first of all, words like that. You're just setting yourself up to fail like that.
Oh, you're right.
Right, man?
I'm great at patience. I'm going
to get better at patience.
I'm going to get better. Yeah.
I'm going to set my expectation ridiculously, embarrassingly low with my patience, so I can't fail at it.
That's good.
Right? So let's take a look at Jayme just finished his rehab. Okay? He gets back home. He's terrified. So he's got to take things very slowly. Okay? And this is life or death for him. Okay? If I step out and do too much and I relapse, it's not an option. So patience was mandatory.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I was very impatient before how many times I tried to get sober. I got sober. I wasn't patient with the process. I tried something too difficult and I relapsed. So let's take my business, for example. My business partner, when I came back from rehab, I said, hey, I'm going to be able to do very, very fucking little. Okay? I need you to understand that boundary. Don't put a lot on me. I'm going to let you know what I can handle. I can handle about 30 minutes a day of work because it was a trigger. My whole job was a trigger. I opened up my laptop and looked at my phone and my brain said, would you like some cocaine and rum with that? Because that's what I used to do. So my patience was, take your time, bro. Be kind to yourself. This is hard. It's not embarrassing. You're not weak. You're acknowledging that this is hard. 30 minutes turned to an hour, turned to 2 hours, and it slowly grew. And whenever I came into a roadblock, I had the patience to stop and get help with it immediately. So for example, I would get an email that set me off. Full trigger, bad. call my business partner, upset, and he'd say, hey, you're not back there anymore. You're not back where you used to be. Nobody's mad at you. You didn't make a mistake because you were drinking or hungover. This just happened, and it's going to happen, and everything's okay. And slowly, with my patience, those got less and less and less. So, it's key. Anything you want to do and get better at in a, big for me, sobriety, finding my real self, patience was one of the number one things. And patient with yourself. That's the main thing, man. Like, and I still am to this day, right? I want more. I want it all right now. I'm still an addict. I'll always be an addict. But I always say, hey, that's enough for today, man. You're good, right? And if some days I do want more, sure, I'll take more. And then I might be like, I burnt myself out. I need to have a nap. But and it's hard. So it takes practice. Practice it. Practice patience, okay? So you just did it.
Wow. Man, as you were speaking, I was digesting it, but I was also being so thankful to God that we did this podcast. Like, because I'm like thinking about it's bigger than just like making money, and like there's so many people that could be struggling in any form of addiction right now and could hear that piece. And I love your boldness and your realness in giving the real. You know what I mean? In talking about it for real. Yeah. You talked about opening up your laptop and thinking, would you like a Coke and some Coke and rum with that, right? Yeah. And that was so that was such an honest like statement. And I think another thing with patience, and something I heard from what you said too, is communication.
Yes.
About your boundaries.
Yes.
Communication is huge. Like talking to your business partner and breaking it down and be like, all right, this 30 minutes, that's what I need. Yeah. And okay, now this is a side note question. How do you even qualify or set up to have such a supportive business partner like you do? Where did you find him, in heaven?
yo, like honestly, that you can link God back to that.
Look at the way you glow. You just bubbled up just now, buddy.
It was meant to be, man. Like, I get that promotion to outside sales. Kijiji just started.
Yeah.
I type in windows and doors. I see people saying this, and then I say window and door installations, Max Green. Hey, where do you get your windows from? Max Green replies, Gino. Well, you should come buy them from me. Want to come meet? Done. He comes in to meet me in the showroom. He just started that company. I just started in outside sales, and we instantly had that same ambition and drive of let's go get it all, and let's do it better than everybody else is, because they've all gotten lazy. Right? They've all gotten used to their business. They're not really taking care of their customers. It's satisfactory. And we went, no, we're going to make it exemplary, because it can be. And him and I just hit it off. And we just constantly built each other up. He taught me so much about business. I taught him so much about sales. He taught me so much about patience and organization. I taught him about positivity and energy. We both struggled. We both completely fell, and we both completely came back out together. And like, him and I can go through anything. It won't matter what happens. It won't matter. Like, we tell each other we love each other all the time. We hug each other. And we can call each other anytime with anything. It won't matter. We can disagree completely. Say, I don't agree with that at all. It's okay. So, I mean, you could dive back on that God meant for us to see each other, you know? Mm-hmm. You know, and or it was just fate, or it was luck. You don't know. But when you want to find a real true business partner, you gotta look. You gotta be connecting with as many people as you can. right? And you really need to be on the same page on your core values. If your business partner on paper looks great business-wise, okay. If your core values don't align, not a chance. One of your core values is family. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
If mine isn't, and I say, well, my business comes first over my family, you and me are not going to be good business partners, because I'm going to want to do something on the weekend. It's going to be your kid's birthday. And I'm going to say, get your fucking ass in here. Yeah. Business first.
Yeah.
If we're both like that, evil, maniacal monopoly men who don't care about our kids, well, then we are.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying?
100%. So, core values.
That's it. It's that simple. You want to be in business with someone, core values first. If they're not there, don't entertain the rest. Once they're there, then yes, check everything about their business like what acumen. They've done.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like some people look like they're good at business and they're just not. And you know, like that's another thing. Like the business world, man, people are fake. People own cars, own buildings, own tons of different things they don't actually own to look like they're successful. I had a guy rent out and lease an entire office space in the Calgary Tower. And he got us for $250,000. It was a scam.
Was he a Nigerian prince?
No.
That is crazy.
So to always trust your gut too.
Your gut was telling you.
My gut told me something was wrong. It told Adam something was wrong. But it all looked so good that we said, maybe we're just being too cautious. Like, look at all this. Everything logically here makes sense. Wasn't. So trust the gut.
How do you listen to your gut? My last guest touched on this. I want to know your perspective on that.
Honestly.
How do you know it's a gut or just worry?
I get like a body feeling. Like I actually get like, if someone's making me uncomfortable, I actually get like warm. Okay, and I'm especially affected by narcissistic people because I've been screwed by people that have that tendency. Unfortunately, it's almost a little traumatic for me now that sometimes I actually have to check. Like I'll say, oh, so and so acted this way. Should I be worried? And they're like, no, like their response was okay. Like they're just a little upset. So the gut's tough. It takes experience. You're going to have to fuck up a lot to get a real good gut. Seriously. Like you have to trust a lot of people and get let down. And you have to trust people and get built up. What you've got to do is never drop too much into the basket. Okay? Protect yourself. Give a little. See what the return is. When I first went to make music, I hired a team. Team looked great. Team was great, helping me make great music. And by the end of the journey, I realized they were just using and abusing me, essentially, but at the same time creating something amazing. And they turned out to be, extreme narcissists and tried to extort me for like $100,000. Jesus Christ. And so that's where my gut comes from. I have experiences that someone might be watching this and be like, holy crap, what did that feel like? It felt terrible.
Wow.
I cried. 100% I cried and went to my parents' house at 40 years old. These guys are doing this.
I want to drive to those people's place right now and go start some with them.
Well, actually, you know what we want to do?
What?
We want to show them kindness.
I know, but a part of me was like, let's drive there right now and show them what's up.
Well, what caused them to get there?
I know.
Right?
I know. It's the right way. You say you don't believe in God and you sound like the Christian here right now.
I do believe.
You say you believe.
I'm like...
You say you're a hybrid. You're a hybrid.
I got to say, like, I haven't been asked the question in a long time,
You're a believer.
A long time. Well, I love going to church.
Amen to that.
It's church sober was completely different, dude. I went there and I listened to that priest the whole time, where before I was like, I'm hungover, get me out of here.
Yeah.
It's very meditative for me. It's very spiritual.
Yeah.
And it's, I hope it's true. That's the way I would put it, because it's got to be.
But that's
got to be
faith.
something
That's
beautiful.
faith, right?
That's
why it's faith.
That's faith. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That is, I think I got hung up on them trying to screw you over. Okay, this is a question I don't have. Man, we might talk for like 10 hours. I haven't even got to my next page. I apologize to the crew, but I would try to, I'll go faster.
Yeah.
It's all my fault. Okay. Music.
Yeah.
I love making music too, but the last time I made music, I felt guilt.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I think personally, there are some business goals that I've set for myself. And I was like, I should be spending that time creating my lead sheets. I should be calling these people. I should be doing this.
Yeah.
But I'm over here trying to trying to act like the next Timberland. And I felt so much guilt.
Yeah.
I have a few songs on Spotify. Go check it out. I'm just playing. But how did you get to that spot where, you know, you were going to school to be a music teacher?
Yeah.
How did you get to the spot? Was music always in the, while you're building this big business, it was always constant?
There. Always there.
How do you break down the both of it? How do you be like how does your brain kind of separate the two, or how do you do that?
Well, my creativity flows into both, just in different ways. Music was young age. Love to dance, love to sing, absolute performer. Okay, like I could just do it. I could just get a crowd of people to listen to me. It didn't matter what I was doing. And picked up the trumpet in grade 7. I could wail on that thing right away. And then by the end of high school, people were freestyling. I went to freestyle rap, and I could just do it. I could think like 18 steps ahead about I started a verse.
Yeah.
And I knew the punchline.
Oh,
and then I just worked my way to the punchline every time. And I was like, oh, this is so easy. I'm like, I'm in this room.
I just got to rhyme it.
There's something that I just have to make fun of, or people, oh, there it is. And then I'll just rhyme my way to it. And then I actually started making it in my parents' basement with GarageBand.
Yeah.
And I just kept doing it. And I made the songs for my friends. You know, I made goofy songs. I made songs about drugs, about alcohol.
Yeah.
Sexualizing women. You know, basically all the stuff that was a quick attention grab.
Yeah.
Very rarely did I make a song that was very deeply important to me, because I was worried about it being judged. I was terrified to share a song that actually meant something, when really I should have been embarrassed to share the song that was called Lyrics More Addictive Than Cocaine. I look back at some of the songs I made, like, they're insane, man. Like, the stuff I rapped about was like bizarre. But I always wanted it. But I never put that too much into it, because I was so worried I would fail. I was so worried I would put that investment into the music, do something big with it, and no one would listen to it and like it. Okay? So I didn't. Then when I got sober, I went, let's go after this. And the first time I went into my music studio sober, I cried. This is too hard. I had no ideas.
Yeah, the creativity.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I used to smoke a big joint and get drunk,
and then right away
ideas were everywhere. So I went, but then I just went, okay, like, let's try it. Let's get in the moment. You know, use my techniques, get in the moment.
Get in the moment.
Go for a walk, go for a run. And I remember like the first real creative moment sober was I was running. I'm running, runner highs kick in, and I'm like, let's make a funny song. Let's make a funny song, Jayme. Funny. What's funny right now? I'm like, oh, the dad bods. Everybody's talking about the dad bod. So I wrote a song called Dad Bod. I also had a team, producer, writers, engineers, and everything to help me write this song. It didn't have to do it by myself, just like I didn't have to get sober by myself. That was my new leash on life. Help. Get help. And so after I did that song, I decided, okay, let's dive into the meaningful stuff. Let's get into my story. Let's get into mental health, addiction, sobriety, everything. And now I was writing a song that healed me. It kept me healing. It kept me sober. It kept me in the zone I needed to be in. And when I shared it with someone else, I knew it could potentially help them. So now there was no way I could fail. If it got one view on Spotify and that was it, I'd still a complete success.
Yes.
I still want the streams. I still want the attention. I want to get famous, blah, 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 blah. I do, right? Just like I said.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with not. Okay? So that's where it was. Like, you got to find your real selfish, beautiful reason to make that music. Yeah. Okay? And if the reason is I want to blow it up and I want to perform in front of a crowd, great. Own it. Go do it. But it's the story. That's for me. I have a beautiful story to tell. Like,
yes.
You know, when I performed at the school I did today, and I had all these kids singing, you know, I don't need to get high. I don't go to the club. Yeah. I get high on life. And they're doing it with me. I'm like, well, what's this? Exactly. What's a stream? What's a comment? What's a view when I have real deal kids in front of me singing they don't need to get high?
Yeah.
That's the thing we lose in society today. We only see 1% of what's actually happening. Yeah. Maybe not even that. Like what you do with the podcast, the energy you bring into the gym, the love you give for your family, the leader that you are in the training world, you see 1% of the effect you're having on people. Yeah. You forget a lot of it. Okay, there's people talking about, oh man, he's so good. He's such a good dad. He's got so much. I talk about you lots. Amen. I talk about you to the other trainers at the gym. And I say, you know, I like to grow people's business. You know, they're younger and they're new. And I'm like, how's your business? And they're like, oh, it's good. I'm like, what do you think I should do? I'm like, you should go talk to Andreas. They're like, why? I'm like, he's one of the most successful trainers here. That's the first thing I would do. Right?
Yeah.
So it's understanding that. It's hard now, though. With social media and what we see as success.
Yeah.
You got to find that success in here.
Yeah.
And also enjoy it. Right?
Wow. You know, I can just tell you've done so much work, man. Like you've done so much work and I think that's the biggest thing I'm like taking away from the podcast.
Yeah.
Is just the confidence that you have, the sureness that you have, the abundant mindset that you have. It is due to the fact of the process you've been through. You know, you've been refined by the fire. Yeah. You know, you're sharper.
Rebuilt.
You know, you've rebuilt. Yeah. You're ready to go. And it's very motivating and inspiring to me right now in this moment. So I appreciate you for that.
You bet.
And let's talk about routine.
Okay.
All right. What is your routine like right now? Like I see you in the gym a lot and you work your ass off in there. So what does your routine look like? Work schedule? You came out of rehab. You're like, I'm only working 30 minutes. Is your work hours longer now? Like how does that look like for you?
Basically I probably wake up at the same time almost every day, usually between 5 and 6. Okay. I don't set an alarm. No. So if I don't wake up. I wake up when I wake up, but it's kind of set there. I want to focus on that a little bit. That's huge.
Yeah.
Knowing that you have an alarm in the morning sucks. And I know that I'm pretty lucky that I don't have to worry about that, but that's massive. So I do that. Wake up and I get ready for the gym with my wife. And we go there for like 2 hours. Work out. I get my day started. I feel good. I'm greeted by other energized people doing the same thing, starting their day right. And then once I get home, I look at what I have to do that day. And that day could be shooting podcasts. It could be answering 150 emails. It could be answering 50 phone calls. It could be looking at the new business I started, writing a song, speaking at a school. Meetings with other customers. I don't know. Okay. It's all over the place. So my routine is I know what once I'm done the gym, this day could be a little or a lot. Now, the big thing, this is the tough one for the big successful entrepreneurs.
Okay.
If you have a day where you got nothing to do, good. Great. You've made it. That's the goal. The goal is to have everything so well run and so well organized and everything put in place that you could sit at home and do nothing. But if you're an entrepreneur like I am, well, I got this time to start another idea.
Yeah.
To start another business. But there's many days. What was it? Yesterday I played Gran Turismo for like 4 hours, man.
You just relax.
Yeah, why not? I felt like it. I want to play this game. I'm having fun. Right? I got my employees doing their thing. I took the time to train them. They can do it 70% as good as me. Let's go. Get it done. Or that can get done tomorrow. I want to play some Gran Turismo today. And so
you've cracked the code, man.
I've put in the hours and the work.
Yes.
And I've trusted the systems.
Yeah.
Right? Trusting and finding the right people to build your empire is key. And then the second key is you treat those people very, very well. You could go out into this office, go to anybody who works for me and say, what do you think of Jayme as your boss? And I'm pretty sure they're going to say like the absolute best I've ever had. And I have no problem bragging about that.
Yeah, you take pride in that.
Because I treat them amazing. I don't ever go up to them and say, where are your sales at? Where are your numbers? I say, how are you? You good? You stressed? What's bothering you right now? What do you need help with? Constantly. I'm constantly always checking on them, always offering them help because, they're making me money.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, don't just sit here and be like, I started this business. They're lucky to have a job. That's just not right. So that's a big one. You get good people, you treat them amazing, right? I treat my employees better than I treat a customer. I'll stand up to a customer. My employee, if they're getting a little off, I find out what that reason is because I need them. I'll put in that time and effort to find out what's causing them to act up. If a customer's acting up, whatever, I can find another one. I don't have time to help them find out what's going on in their life. But my employee, yes, I've helped many of my employees get through some pretty tough shit.
I could tell you had there was a skit I saw on your page of you talking about how to communicate properly to your employees.
Yeah.
And I just watching the dialogue and the way it was, staged for the thing, I was like, they must have like a good office space relationship and conversation for them to want to be on content with you in that capacity. Yeah. I could already feel that kind of atmosphere. I've never heard, I think this is probably the first time we've had a CEO talk about the emphasis on taking care of his employees, like to this level. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's resonating with me more because it's what I need to listen to. Yeah. But I think I love the emphasis you're having in taking care of them. Yeah. Like you said, if they're getting off key, what is up?
Yeah.
No,
you don't need to do that. Nobody's gonna sit here and make mistakes and do a bad job on purpose.
That helps them earn money.
It doesn't make sense, okay? No. There's usually something going on, and it's about having the tough conversations to get there. Now,
tough conversations
to get your employees to tell you the truth about what's going on, you need to be vulnerable first. So all my employees know my story, and they know my business partner's story. We're very open about it. Like when I have a new salesperson, I'll usually take them out for lunch and I just tell them my story from start to finish. I tell them everything. And then they leave it and they go, my boss just told me that he went to rehab and that he suffered from severe mental health issues and everything that I've been taught to be embarrassed about. And basically told me that if there's ever anything like this, he's there for me. He didn't even talk about like the job. So I set the stage instantly. Right?
Are you guys hiring? I'm just split. I'm just
It's been popping. Like I've got
Bro,
lots
you
of
want to
people
apply
now.
or we are hired? We're hired?
But I mean, to me and
In-house
Adam,
trainer.
this is just normal.
Yeah.
Like we don't see it as any other way. Plus, we worked for the corporate. I worked for a corporation where I was not taken care of, and I was just a number, and that was a big part of my addiction and stress. So I've got a big thing of being like, I will never do that to another person.
Amen to that.
I don't care. Don't get me wrong. I've had situations where I've had to let people go.
Of course.
You know, like you can't do too much. And I would say to anybody who's watching this podcast, be very careful with this. This is a very delicate balance of caring for your employees to becoming friends with them. You have to not do that. Okay? Like, trust me, because all of a sudden now, when they do something wrong and your friends, they're going to be worried you're disappointed. Just like you, what's worse? I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. You've heard that phrase before. So we've struggled with that balance of this caring where I've had to say to my business partners, he's had to say to me, he's like, yo, like you're like protective of them now.
Yeah.
and I get there too. Like we will get protective of certain employees that we've brought in and we've kind of nurtured. So, but we just talk about it openly. I'll talk with my other managers and other people and we'll say, okay, hey, like, you know, am I kind of getting that way? And they'll be like, yeah, you are. We're like, oh, okay, I'll stop.
Wow.
Right. And we are open to feedback. That's another big thing I say to all my employees. If there's anything you think that I could do better, let me know. Well, who's to say they don't have a good, like, I'm not seeing what I'm doing every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they might have a really great idea.
Yeah.
So let's hear it. And I'll be honest with them. If it's not a good idea and I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But I will listen every time. The door's open.
Yeah.
Right? So that helps a lot too.
You talked about letting employees go.
Yeah.
When do you know it's the right time to let an employee go?
Gut feeling. Yeah.
Back to the gut again.
Yeah. And that's just tons of experience of hiring and firing. That's more my business partner. He does that a lot more than I do. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest with you. I'm not that comfortable with it. I've been there with him when we've had to do it, but usually it's him that does it at the end of the day.
Yeah. And then you play good cop and be like, I tried.
Yeah.
No,
well,
I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. But
no, but it's usually a gut feeling. Like,
yeah.
And usually what it works out to is there just wasn't a synergy.
Yes.
Right? It's just, this wasn't meant to be for you.
It wasn't. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah.
Wow. You've answered a lot of my business questions here. Now, I want to ask you this question. I like to ask every guest this. If you had to break down your entrepreneurial growth in every season into chapters, right? Yeah. What were the biggest challenges or breakthroughs in each chapter?
The first one would be, learning to get rejected. So having people say no, losing sales, and not letting that defeat you. So rejections, no's, get past that. After that, it's honing your skills. So constantly practicing, constantly growing, and constantly getting feedback. Feedback from your bosses, your managers, your coworkers, your customers, your friends, your family. Constant, how am I doing? What can I do better? What can I learn? What can I learn? What can I learn? Grow. Then your next step is, how do I take a risk? What kind of risk do I want to take? How am I going to swallow this if it doesn't go my way? And just going for it. Okay. And after that, risks and failures, risks and wins, you start to realize some are you're not going to touch. Other ones are no-brainers, go for it, right? And then it's building your network all at the same time, okay? Eagles aren't walking around with the gophers on the ground. They're up there. They're flying, right? Up at the top. looking around, looking for other eagles. Let's go. So you really want to surround yourself with that. Okay. That's when you're at, that's the next top level. When you're there, it's how can I bring in more people? Okay. And how can I also find potential new talent? Right. When you get to say the level that I'm at, I can point it out. I can find a young person in the crowd and be like, holy, you don't even know what you got. You know, like a good example just at the realm. Stacy.
Yeah.
Right? And let's just pretend she's not my wife. She has no idea how good she is.
I know.
Doesn't have a clue.
Yeah.
So what do? I've nurtured her. I've helped her. And I've invested into her. And then I also connected her with Evan.
Yeah.
And I said, Evan's going to mentor you. And he's on board.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm mentoring Evan a little bit because I'm like, he's 22.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's so put
and he's
together.
so hard on himself. And I'm like, bro, you're so ahead of the game.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
Right. But I like that. I like getting to that point in my life where I'm like, oh, okay, like let's start helping people out because I know how much of an impact I can make with someone, right? Yeah. That's going to listen, right? And I love that because I had certain people in my life that did that with me.
Yeah.
Like teachers. Like I remember teachers in junior high school, just this one guy always kept me after class saying, you have so much potential. You have so much this. You don't know what you have for talent. And, you know, it's listening to those people too. So that's as quick as I could break that one down for you.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm gonna probably watch this episode multiple times because I just love every piece that every time you open your mouth to say something, it's hitting home. And I'm really appreciating your time right now. You've had partners, you've created multiple ventures, right? Yep. You have Max Green, you had Endorphin, Dream Garage, and beyond, okay? What common mistakes do you see new business owners making?
But money, like they don't have enough money to do it. Like they jump into an idea and they don't get financially backed enough. So, for example, with Max Green, you know, we didn't ever grow outside of our means. And when we started new companies, those we knew could be just a complete loss. And it was okay. So most businesses, they'll get started and their expectation is we're going to make this much money. But they don't really ever take into account, what if we don't? Well, then we're going to go bankrupt. They don't listen to that. So what you really need to do is you need to find someone who's going to tell you everything that could go wrong. We're about to start a business, you and me. We are going to go to a person each. I'll go to Adam. You'll pick whoever you pick. And they're going to say, Andreas and Jayme, here is everything that could go wrong. What do you have covered for that? And hear them out. Because it's easy to get excited about the idea. That's why people like business. That's why people like ideas. I just came up with an amazing idea. I don't want to hear what's wrong with it. No, I'm excited. You need to hear what's going to go wrong. And then you need to actually listen and be like, okay, this isn't a good idea. Or, fuck it, I'm going for it. Okay?
Yeah.
But accept that. Like, when I threw my first big events, like my sober music festivals and stuff, like I had no idea, man. I didn't know if anybody was going to show up. I didn't know how it was going to go. Nothing. So I went, well, this could be just a total loss. I'm going to take it. But I understood my risk and reward. And I was okay with losing all that money. So, yeah, usually it's you haven't heard enough of the reasons what's going to go wrong. You need to find out what is going to go wrong and ask lots of people that are going to tell you everything you do not want to hear. Right? Just like how many times people have been getting in a new relationship, deep down they know this person is going to be bad and they don't want to introduce this person to any of their friends and family because they're all going to be like, red flag. That's the same thing with a business idea. You usually know.
This is That's why I love doing this, this podcast. And I remember when I used to be a bouncer and I would see people pull up in Lamborghinis or Rolls Royce to the club. And first thing I'm like, how?
Yep.
What do you do?
What do you do?
You know? And not even saying hi.
Oh yeah.
But the point of it is that is such a good piece of like information right there. It's like people might try to grow faster than what their bankroll can handle, right? And or don't want to hear what could go wrong. Yeah. When you talked about being excited to hear no.
Yeah.
With us launching our corporate wellness business, hearing no was exciting because I wanted to know why they said no.
Yeah.
Because that was an edge, or that was a part of the business that I didn't even consider could be an issue.
Exactly.
Because the more you hear those things, then you can bulletproof what you have to take off for success. Yeah. No, anyways, let's jump in. I hope we're not going way over time here, but letting go of dead weight.
Ha! That's a good one.
When there's an established personal relationship.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
There's no easy way to do that. The biggest thing is to be selfish and put yourself first. And also root through the emotions that you're going to feel with the loss. Don't avoid them. So if you're getting rid of dead weight, and this is someone who's close to you, but it's toxic in your life, accept the fact that you are going to feel grief and loss. Okay? And grief and loss is a very difficult emotion. And sometimes having someone out of your life is just as bad as them dying in our brain. So understanding that. So I would go to my counselor and I would say, I just had to remove so-and-so from my life and I'm very confused about it and I need to work through these emotions. Okay. I've done this multiple times. It's still not easy. So take care of yourself and understand that it's okay that you're going to go through a real weird set of emotions. It's okay to feel bad for that person. It's okay to worry about that person. But as long as it doesn't overtake you and know that it's for the better. This could be in businesses. This can be in personal. This can be family, right? I've had, big people in my life that I've had to move away from. That music team was a big one. They were like family to me, friends. Like I made so much music with them and then they just turned sideways and I just had to block them all, move past. And I went to see my counselor and I talked to them about it and I healed. When it comes to like family, that's really tough. If you're in business with family and stuff goes sideways, I'm just going to keep going back to counselor, man. These are deep, intense feelings that you need to talk with someone about.
Yeah.
If you bottle it up inside and pretend it doesn't bother you, it's going to come back out somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah. Right? If you hurt your elbow, you're not just going to sit there and ignore it. If you do, it's going to get worse. You go see a doctor. So if you're hurt from removing someone from your life, go talk to someone about it because it's not going to go away. That's a big one for me because I've experienced lots of that.
Yeah.
And I struggle with it. I was actually just talking to Prince this morning about it at the gym.
Wow.
And he had some beautiful insights about you can't help people who have not healed themselves. I know that. But if you have someone really close to you that isn't healing themselves and they're causing you pain, that's a tough one to walk away from. And that can come in business. Like some businesses, like who's your business partner?
Yeah.
Do you have anybody?
Right now?
Yeah.
No, I don't have a business partner.
Okay.
But in this podcast, I have Burl, who's my partner.
Yeah, well, if all of a sudden he went sideways on you, that would break your heart.
Oh, yeah.
And vice versa for him.
I would definitely cry and go to my parents' house too, like you did. I would definitely do that.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
One of the reasons I asked that question, because alongside with you transforming from a sober life, I think one thing a lot of people could struggle with is their friend group.
Yes.
It's like, how do I now let go of this friend group that knows me for this and I know them for this?
Yeah.
And I need to create a new circle so that my environment doesn't make me go back to where I was.
Yeah.
How that's like, how did you even navigate through that? Like with coming back from rehab, old friends texting, hey, what's up, man? Wanna hang out? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honesty. So honestly, sitting down with each friend individually and telling them, this is what I just went through. And this is how I'm going to be going forward. And I value this friendship, but this is what I'm going to need in return. And these are my boundaries. Okay. And it's a patient process. I did every single friend individually. And I took my time. Probably took me like a year to get through them all. There were ones that I didn't reach out to at all. And some of them reached out to me. But I was lucky. Like all my friends were very understanding. Like they saw me go through it and they respected it.
Yeah.
So advice for other people would be talk to that group of friends first. Be honest with them. Say, I am sober now. I cannot be around drugs and alcohol. Are you okay with that? And if they say no, like I'm going to drink and no, then at least you know. And there's ones that are going to want to do it. Then you're going to find new friends too. I definitely say don't just move away from the old friends. Give them an opportunity to speak. Okay? There might be some that are like, I'm still going to drink, but I won't drink around you. Great. Perfect. Or, well, how do I do it? Okay, if I have a party coming up, should I invite you? Yes, invite me. Well, what if there's alcohol? Just let me know and I'll let you know if I want to come. So it's not that difficult. You just have to be completely honest about the topic and trust your gut. There's going to be some that you know you're not touching. Mm-hmm. And some of them don't even need a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like some of them, it's just like, whatever. If they reach out to you, you talk to them. You don't know if people, I have some like this one guy, I would have never thought I would ever talk to him again. Okay.
Yeah.
Like we weren't that good of friends, but he was just as a mess as I was. Well, I'm at Ranchman's throwing my sober event. There he is with his kid.
Oh, wow.
And I go, holy crap, good to see you. And he's like, I'm doing it, man. He said, a big portion is from watching your stuff.
Wow.
So did I reach out to him? Did I want to hang out with him? No. But to see him there doing his piece, amazing.
Incredible.
So you don't know. You don't know. And
you really don't know.
And I would honestly say like when people do something like I did with like full bore addiction to sobriety, the effect you have on the people around you is pretty astonishing.
Yeah.
Like they see it. Okay. Like they saw, they're like, holy crap. Look at how happy he is. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should cut back. Look how good he looks. I look 10 years younger.
Yeah.
Right? Like
I'm still trying to guess your age.
41.
41.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. When I was abusing drugs and alcohol 7 years ago, I probably looked close to 50, bro.
Wow.
And I was like 35.
Wow.
You know, it's just, it's really toxic.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And this is just a side one in terms of the friend. And I just, because I have a lot of clients that are like, oh, work lunches. I hear it all the time, you know, especially people in the corporate lifestyle.
Yeah.
Oh, my clients, I got to take them out for lunch and we have to have drinks.
Yeah.
How do you navigate through that?
Oh, simple. You just don't do it. Don't take them out for drinks. Do something else.
Don't take them out. Oh, okay.
No, take them out for breakfast.
Yeah.
If they need to have a beer at 10 a.m., so be it.
Yeah.
But also, you don't have to drink. Okay. And then the next best piece is this, and it's going to get you more sales. Tell your customer the fucking truth. I'm an alcoholic. I just went to rehab. I'm sober. I can't drink. So if we go out for lunch, I want to have this meeting with you. I just want to let you know I won't be drinking. Okay? The customer's a human being. They're going to feel for you, man.
Yeah.
You know how many more sales I've got since I've been that much of an open book? I know my customers are like, Jayme Minor is never going to lie to me.
Yeah.
Okay? And understand that, like, your customers are humans. They're people. Just be real with them. Like, it works. And it's easier on both of you.
Yeah.
You know, like if a customer called me last week, I wasn't doing good, man. I was stressed out. You know, I got some personal stuff going on, some health stuff going on, and I just wasn't myself. I pick up the phone. Hey, it's Jayme. And he goes, whoa. It's like, you're not your usual cheerful self. Old me would have been like, maybe snapped back at something or pretended or went reach for alcohol. New me went, you know what, you're right, man. Like, I got some shit going on. I'm just not feeling that good today. And he goes, oh, you know what? I got some shit going on too. And we talked about it. And then we talked about the product. So when you open up with someone, you create a bond that's a lot more than just selling them something. Being vulnerable and real with your customer is the best way to build an amazing relationship.
Yes.
So if you're sober and your customers want to go out for lunch, just tell them the truth. You don't drink anymore. And that's that.
I was like, man, you're saying so much stuff. Like I'm like, man, I needed to hear this. I'm like, it feels like God is like speaking through you, and every word you're saying in my mind is just like magneting. Like, is that a word? Magneting?
Magnetic?
My mind is gravitating. Yes, that's better.
I like that.
It's gravitating towards every word you're saying. It's just like whoop,
good.
Whoop. So I'm really loving this conversation. So, anyways, let's jump to the next question. Okay, Jayme?
Yep.
Had a good pee break, right?
I did. It was awesome.
Awesome. Nice. Sobriety and fitness. It often goes hand in hand. What role has physical health played in your mental clarity, your productivity as a business owner?
Oh man. Confidence for one. Okay. Like every day that I work out, I feel good. I've accomplished something, and it brings me a ton of natural, real energy.
Yes.
Okay. Like explosive. I'm excited to walk into that gym because I know it's going to feel good. And I look better. I'm stronger. And it just goes through my entire day. Like I just feel good. So, you know, taking care of your physical health, it's almost like, why are you even having the conversation? Of course this is important. It's your body.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of interesting that it takes a lot for us to sometimes find that. And again, I think a lot of it is fear.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, I go to the doctor. I'm scared he's going to find something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that fear too.
Right? Go to the gym. I'm scared I'm not going to do a good enough job. I'm scared people are going to look at me and say, well, why is he going to the gym? Is he acknowledging that he was out of shape in the first place? It's very confusing that humans have this feeling of people noticing that they need to better themselves. I'll give you a really good example. I got Invisalign.
Yeah.
And for years, I didn't get it. I looked at my teeth and I went, I'm not happy about them. But if I go get Invisalign, everybody's going to know that I have bad teeth. What the?
Yeah.
But that, and now that I look back at it, because I have such a clear mind,
yes,
I go, I'm like, well, that's.
Stacy got you straight though.
Yeah. Well, it was actually before I met her.
Oh yeah.
But I realized, I was like, this is why so many people don't better themselves.
Wow.
Because of that fear of society saying, you've just admitted you're fat. You've just admitted you have bad hair. You've just admitted your shortcomings by saying you want to fix them.
Mm.
So, how do we fix that? You're not that important. That's the phrase. Nobody's thinking that shit. And if they are, who cares? Okay? When I went to the gym, did you look at me and say, man, good thing he's there. He's kind of flabby. No, you didn't.
No.
And even if you see someone that is out of shape, you say, good for them.
Exactly.
This is great.
Yeah.
So we have to realize that evil voice inside of us, get out of here. Okay? It takes so much courage and strength to better yourself, and it's so hard to do. And that's why the gyms aren't full of people. I'm telling you. It's, for some people, it's embarrassing to admit they have to go to the gym. Wow. Crazy, right?
That is a perspective I have never even thought about. But man, that is incredible. That is incredible. How insecurities could stop us. But from that perspective, like by me acting on something that could better me is me admitting I had a problem with it, and I'm not comfortable with people knowing I am not. Wow.
Yeah. Well, think about it. Like in an office space, right? If someone, say you have a lunchroom, and all of a sudden someone comes in and they're eating salads. They've never eaten salads before. Everybody's going to talk about it, man. They will. 100% they will. Oh, you're eating a salad today? How come? Oh, I'm trying to lose some weight. Oh, they don't even want to have that conversation, man.
Yeah.
And the problem is, why is that person asking that question? Because of their insecurity. They see them and go, holy shit, they're bettering themselves.
Yes.
Well, look at me. It's insane, man. Everybody's insecure. I'm insecure.
Yeah, I'm insecure. Yeah.
Everybody just has different levels of it, okay?
And different types.
I'm very insecure about my chest, okay? I'm good now, but when I got a little fatter after high school, I grew fat here. Mm-hmm. And my buddies made fun of me. Okay? And so I went to the gym and I really worked on my chest. And I didn't like it. I didn't like taking my shirt off. I didn't like wearing tight shirts. I was super insecure about it. And so that's what happens. Like, it's just little things that get us, and one person acknowledging them.
Yeah.
Right? So I find the best way to overcome an insecurity is to say it. So let's go back to the salad. Okay? Say this person is like, I'm very insecure that I'm going to go on this journey of weight loss. I'm going to tell everybody at work. I'm going to send an email and say, I just want you all to know I'm going to be eating salads from now on because I want to lose some weight and I'm embarrassed about it. Do you think anybody's going to walk in and point out now?
No.
I think they're probably going to be supportive. The human beings are kind.
Yes.
But we have to prepare them for that kindness.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to get reactions.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's judging everybody, man, especially on social media.
And those reactions are usually, it could be a manifestation of our experiences just growing up.
Yep.
Like that, your default setting is what you've experienced and what you've been programmed to react to.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I got certain things that'll hit me. I kind of know what they are. If someone says to me, you're no fun. Oh, that one you really like, messes with me, man. But now I just go, oh, that's it. That's all I give. Before I'd be like, do you know what I've been through?
Yeah.
I used to kill myself with drugs and alcohol to prove I was fun. How dare you?
Yeah.
Watch me do this flip or something stupid.
Yeah.
Now it's, oh.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah. Breathe about it, man. Yeah. Man, I just love your perspective on a lot of things. And, you know, listening, I'm just like still thinking about right now about the insecurities and how physical fitness gives you that confidence. one of my favorite thing is like after a morning workout, showering, and putting on my work clothes, my gym clothes, because I work in a gym. It is the best feeling. Like after you've just sweated from a workout and then you shower, fresh body, that natural energy, you cannot, no drink, nothing can give you that feeling.
No.
And it's very tough sell for a lot of entrepreneurs because they tend to neglect their fitness while growing their business.
Yeah. Well, because they're too busy. You know what? The best way to do it?
What?
It costs money. Go pay or get the entrepreneur, pay for them or convince them to buy it and say, go to a private doctor and get them to check everything. And let them lay it out on paper. One of my clients is an entrepreneur. And I told him, come do your blood work. It's like, it costs too much money. I was like, I'll pay for it. And I know he could pay for it. I was like, I'll pay for it. The next day he didn't show up. No.
He's like
scared.
I don't want to.
Scared. Doesn't want to know. And that's because deep down they know.
Yeah.
Like I'm big on that. I push people to do that. Like, let's find out, let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's usually the wake-up call that's needed.
Yes, it is.
Seeing, having a doctor saying, if you don't exercise and change your diet, you're not going to live another 15 years.
Yeah.
If you're in your 40s and 50s and you haven't been doing that, unfortunately, that's just a fact. The biggest thing that you can do to live longer is build muscle.
Yeah.
It's science.
Yes.
It's better than not smoking. It's better than not drinking alcohol. It's better than not eating healthy, is building muscle.
Yeah.
Right? Because when we get really old, right? The muscle is holding us together.
Yeah.
When you fall and you hear the break your hip, whatever.
Yeah.
So, that it's not just that. It's not just that it looks cool and it makes you feel good. Keeps you alive longer.
Yeah. And it looks cool.
And it looks cool.
Yeah. If a listener right now is struggling, they're struggling, right? Whether it's addiction, mental health, insecurities, or even feeling stuck in their business right now, what is the first step you did tell them to take towards reclaiming their life back?
Say it out loud and then say it to someone else. There's a very big difference to thinking inside your internal monologue to saying it out loud. And then saying it in front of another person. It makes it real. And then that's the next step to taking actual action. That's copyrighted because you're really writing that down like you're going to use it.
Oh, I am. I told you already, I'm going to publish a book. It's called Be Excited for the No. And that's chapter 1 right there. I'm sorry, we will donate money towards your...
You're good. You take it, man.
All right, thank you. I do have 4 kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got it. I got a dog.
Yeah.
And I play Gran Turismo. I'm good.
When you think about impact, whether through business, music, advocacy that you push, what's the legacy you want to leave in Calgary and beyond?
Be kind. Like, honestly, it's pretty simple. Like, be kind, just in general. And number 1, to yourself. Like, it is that simple. We're all just way too hard on each other, and we're way too hard on ourselves. Like, I know what kind of thoughts I have in my head, and I'm a happy guy. So I know the bulk of the population is having more negative thoughts. And being kind to yourself, it's a really, really hard thing to learn. Like, what's the line that Jesus says? Do unto others as you would not want them to do unto you.
Yeah, I think you have it.
Right? Something like that. But say that to yourself.
Yes.
Okay? If I wouldn't say, you suck, you really let me down today. Why would I say it to I would never say that to you, but yet I might say it to myself. That's the biggest thing I want, for me to show is this happiness, this positivity, and this kindness.
Yeah.
To do it to yourself, because if you really do it to yourself, you will then do it to others. It'll be natural.
Yeah.
Right? That's it.
I love it. Be kind.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm going to make shirts of that and sell it on behalf of you too.
I already got them though.
I'm just
I
making
I beat you to that one.
Yeah, you already got it? Oh, yeah. I did see it on your website. I saw a bunch on your website. All right. It's okay. I'll make Be Kind Part 2.
Yeah.
You've experienced both incredible loss, powerful transformation.
Yeah.
How do you carry both in the way you lead today? Like how did you carry that over in how you are leading today from your incredible transformation with sobriety?
Yeah.
And let's not forget building your chest up, right? Hey, we got to give a shout out to the chest, right?
Yeah.
And, and loss,
Yep.
your best friend and, and other relationships along the way. How does that play into your leadership style today? And I think you've touched on this already, but I'm just curious to what you say now.
So in order to experience loss, you needed to have something pretty powerful in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So my best friend, Ryan, I have a beautiful memory of him. That he's not here anymore. But my memory of him is clear as day. And it was the first step I did in rehab, which was called the captain of my ship. I was steering my ship by myself with drugs and alcohol, and it was a mess, and I crashed it. So when I got into rehab, I got a new ship, but I wasn't the captain anymore. It was Ryan. So I would picture him and I would remember him. And rather than cry and get upset, I saw him there to help me and say, hey, buddy, like, I know this sucks, but I'm here with you. We're gonna get on this boat. We're gonna get through life together. So now I have two things. I am understanding my grief in a positive light. Now when I think about my best friend, I think positively that he's there with me and he's guiding me along my path. Okay? And he's helping me stay sober. Right?
Wow.
So that was a big turning point to me. I've actually shared that story with a lot of people that lost someone.
Yeah.
Is I've said, here's what I did. And I made a poster about him. I made a poster about all his amazing qualities. I thought of everything that I loved about him. And then I literally showed the poster to a group of people and said, Ryan is the captain of my ship. I even wrote a song about it. And I was like, it was amazing what that did to get through the grief. And here's the other part. I recognized the fact that grief was there forever. I was never going to get over it. Why would I ever want to actually get over the fact that I lost my best friend that I loved to death? I want to remember him forever.
Yeah.
I want to be able to remember what his voice sounds like. I want to remember what the fun times were. And it is like when things get really tough for me, I go to him. And I can picture him and hear him. And it helps.
Wow. How would you say like someone that lost a son early, like right off birth, like that didn't create those positive memories or anything? It was just boom, and how could they use that technique in getting over the grief?
What would the child have been about? So that there was going to be immense love, forever love, and utilize that symbol rather than the memories that you don't have, or potentially change it into a symbol or a thing. Okay, because that's tough, right? When we have a loss that we didn't really experience yet, the grief is still there. But if we create a symbol for that, and to me, that would be love.
Yeah.
Because there's still undying love for that child, even though there was no memories.
Yeah.
And no one can ever take that away. So technically, it's insanely powerful.
Yes. Oh man, that made me think of just a few tough moments for our family. But I think, like you said, right? Just what it could be, but because grief is forever, you don't want to forget.
No.
And then you feel that guilt when you do push that memory away to forget. You're like, man, I feel bad that I'm forgetting this person. But then when you remember, you feel the hurt of losing them.
Exactly. So it's all of it's okay. That's the biggest thing. There's sometimes I have a dream about him and I wake up crying.
Yeah.
And I tell Stacy, I say, I just had a dream about him and I realized he's gone and I'm hurt and I'm so sad. Oh, what the fuck? Live in that emotion. Just sit in it and live in it. As soon as we run away from our feelings in any way, it just festers.
Well, I'm going to run away from my feelings. Let's switch topics.
And it's okay to run away sometimes.
I'm like, I'm a runner. I run.
There's moments for it.
It's like in my dream when people are coming to shoot me. I have this dream. So I used to have it when I left Nigeria. But I later on understood it. It was God speaking to me. But anyways, people trying to shoot me, I run.
Yes.
I run.
I recommend that you do.
And and then it took one moment, and this is when I knew my relationship with God was at its strongest.
Yeah.
Is I used to run, and it used to give me sleep like I wouldn't sleep. I would
really?
stay up all night because I was scared about this dream. I had it all through the first few years of high school, university, and I was terrible at school because of it, because I would go to class and sleep.
Yeah.
Because I was scared of sleeping. And then I remember I started digging deep in trying to have a stronger relationship with God. And I remember feeling like really I was praying, reading the Bible, going to church, and really working on my relationship with God. And it was the most powerful time I've ever had in this dream. I saw same thing, they were coming after me and I'm running for my life. Soldiers, it's always soldiers. And I always run to my granddad's house. He didn't have a basement because houses don't have basements in Nigeria, but I ran to his basement.
Yeah.
And I always get to a corner that the only way out is where I came from, and that's where they're coming in. And usually that's where I wake up out of like just fear, pure like terror, like I'm about to die. And in this moment, I remember just telling God, you know what, God, just let your will happen. If I'm not gonna die, let the bullets not hurt too much. And if I do die, just accept me. And I had this moment in this dream. And when I woke up, I felt so powerful.
Yeah.
I felt so strong, not because of my own power, because I knew I was trusting in God.
Yeah.
In the scariest moment of my life.
Yeah.
So back to you, what you were saying, I'm running away from my feelings. It made me think about like just some people we've lost and stuff. Now let's close off. You almost made me cry right there. I was like, I don't think my glasses is big enough to hide my tears, but I'm like, keep it in, boy, keep it in. After everything you've built with all the amazing things, and I'm so thankful that you took the time to do this. I think this was such a transforming, transcending, inspiring, impactful conversation to me especially. So whoever watches it, to you that don't watch it, it's your problem. I got what I needed from it. So I'm so thankful for your time and everything you said. And I just love your transparency, your authenticity. Like I got to know you more. And I already, really admired you as a person, but like, man, I'm like really like impressed by the man you are.
Thank you.
What is next for Jayme?
Short term, I'm going to get married.
Amen to that.
And, officially start that as like my family. Like I got Stacy, we've got our puppy Harley, and that is something that I've never had. I've never had my own family in my house. So that's the short-term main thing, is just enjoying the absolute living shit out of that. Next, like entrepreneurial wise, business wise, creative wise, I'll just go with the big dream, like the big thing that I want to do. I want to open up my own recovery center. And I want it to be a space for everybody. So whether you're severely addicted to drugs and alcohol, or whether you're sober, or whether you have insane trauma or none, I want it to be somewhere where everybody can go for wellness, whether it's for an hour or for years, because everybody needs it and nobody's getting it. Because I'm telling you, like, if I had this space that I envisioned, and let's say you came and you stayed for 4 hours, you leave your phone at the front, you walk in, and it's all about the wellness. And it's got all the right people, all the right places. And you go in and you feel that transformation. And everybody's doing it. That's what I want. And it's probably only going to cost close to $1 billion. So
$1 billion?
Yeah. We want this place to be big, man. It's got to be free.
What? Oh, it's going to be free.
Well, yeah. You can't get people to take care of their mental health if it costs money, bro. You got to make it free.
So you're trying to make it for free.
Yeah.
What do you say to people that say when they don't pay attention?
Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, like, I help a lot of people with their mental health.
Yeah, you do.
And I offer the counseling sessions for them. But they've committed to wanting to do it. I don't ever say you need to go. I say, here's the opportunity if you want it. So, you know, I think whether it's free or whether you pay for it or not, it's up to the person whether
it's up to
they
the
want
person.
to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the main dream.
We can do it like church. You can donate.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, you can donate.
You know,
you can give an offering.
We just need some businesses to sell, or maybe one of my songs to go ridiculously viral.
Yeah.
And then
how can the viewers help you with that big dream?
If you believe in it, hit me up and then we'll talk.
Awesome. Jayme, thank you so much. I've appreciated your time, and I've really, really enjoyed this podcast. Thank you, brother.
Me too. It was beautiful for me too, bro.
Awesome, brother. Thank you.
Perfect.